Hey guys, so here's what's up, okay? I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to listen to tonight or what I wanted to, I guess, react to, but it's been storming all day long and it's been kind of foggy and just kind of dreary. You know, it hit me. I need to listen to Persona 4's soundtrack. This won't be a first time reaction because Persona 4 is actually one of my all-time favorite video games, all-time favorite soundtracks too. And I know that's saying a lot because there's so much good stuff out there. Persona 4, if you haven't heard the soundtrack, it really is goated and it really is so specially tailored to the game. It has been a little while since I've heard these songs, so what better time than on this rainy day? You might hear some of the storm outside, so I'm sorry for that background noise, but I'm excited to revisit one of my all-time faves. So real quickly, I wanted to pull up the Wikipedia for Persona 4 and just see what it says about the music here. So the game's original score was primarily composed, arranged, and produced by Shoji Meguro, and the soundtrack features songs with vocals by Shihoko Hirata, whom Meguro felt was able to meet the range of emotion needed for the soundtrack, with the lyrics being written by Reiko Tanaka. So it says that the composer was given a rough outline of the game's plot and worked on the music in the same manner and simultaneously with the development of the story and spoken dialogue, starting with the overall shape of the songs and eventually working on the finer details. Like I said, it's very tailored to the game. I think that's so cool, and it really shows when you're playing this game. The music just goes perfectly with every scene you're in, lyrically too. And I know a lot of video games don't really have as much lyrics going on, but Persona games tend to have a little bit more of a vocal heavy soundtrack. God knows I'll be here all night if I look at everything, so I'm sorry, I'm only gonna look at some of these songs, some of the ones that I really remember loving. Of course, they're all pretty darn good. But we gotta start with the opening song, which is called Pursuing My True Self. I'm gonna stop them right there. Okay, I've never heard these with headphones, I gotta say. When I first played Persona 4, I think this opening, this little piano part at the beginning, immediately I was hooked on this song. It's so crunchy and the chords are just so nice and cool and stylish. Hi, I'm over here now. Like, I just wanted to point this out real quick. I came over to mess on my keyboard a bit. The first chord here, you have that crunch with the C and C sharp. And then the next chord, you have the crunch on the B flat and B. So those notes are right next to each other, and Persona loves to do that. It is so similar to, say, Iwatodai Dorm from P3. That has the crunchiest little chord progression, and that's what makes it so catchy and like interesting to listen to. So addicting. And I wish I could play Iwatodai Dorm. I used to know how to play it and I forgot, so I'll figure it out later. We are living our The vocals are so tight. I mean, it's all tight, honestly. Oh yeah, there's a rap. I know P5 is kind of like the most streamlined, stylish sort of game and soundtrack, but this song is more stylish than a lot of the stuff on Persona 5. Love her voice. Every time that part drops in, I get chills. It's so spicy, man. And when it comes to this lyrically too, I really have never looked up all of the lyrics for these songs. Like, I know some of it, but some of it's kind of fuzzy when you're playing, you're not so focused on it. But just from hearing that, clearly it's about the game and the story and stuff, and which makes it all the more cool. Amazing opening song. I'm sure that Persona 5 is more widely considered like the true kind of Persona experience, with the mechanics are the best, and you know, the visuals are really good, but Persona 4 will always be my favorite. One of those games that I didn't play growing up, I played later on, and it just is like as special to me as a lot of those really nostalgic titles. So the next one I want to look at is Signs of Love. This one again has the same kind of vibe as Pursuing My True Self. I think it's a little more chill, but like it's so stylish as well. Oh, and just hearing the bass clearly is so satisfying. Persona music always has that kind of jazzy organ. I like the rap breakdowns. It's quite an interesting like chord progression too. Again, those crunchy chords are back there too, which really adds to the kind of jazzy feel. And the strings just up the cool factor even more. Like those crunchies. It's so freaking crunchy. That second piano chord. Yes. Alright, let's hear Your Affection. Yes. You hear this a lot in the game, in a lot of different places. It's very like hopeful sounding. Yeah, this is like when you're running around the town. Man, the bass line, I never noticed it in the game, but with headphones, it is so funky, but I wouldn't have expected anything else. I didn't actually ever notice she's saying your affection. I thought she was saying you're precious. Such a pretty chord change there. It's very pretty. Very upbeat, makes me feel like I'm not trying to chase a murderer. Okay, we gotta do Like a Dream Come True. You know, if we're listening to the Persona 4 soundtrack, we have to listen to the track that's called Who's There. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, you'll know once you hear the opening. That piano, man. It's not a bad track or anything, it's just you hear it so many times in the game, and it's always like, your stomach drops like, oh shit. Because sometimes there would be scenes where I was playing and it's like, okay, everything's fine, and then this would kick in and then back I'm like, okay, the mood's a little different now. I never quite noticed the like the lower part of the piano there. Do, do. There's a pretty little crunch there too. Although I wouldn't say this song is necessarily like, you know, jazz inspired like the others. It's more of a kind of just a creepy something's gonna go down kind of song. This one is actually one of my favorites. It's kind of a different feeling of the ones we've heard so far. The name of it is amazing, Studio Backlot. When you know the plot of Persona 4 and all the TV references, it's just wonderful. A lot more dramatic than the ones this far. But of course this is when you're getting into actually battling shadows and the mood is changing, but you still got a badass rap. Love her rap, honestly, just as good as her singing voice. Okay, she's spitting facts right there. Oh, I love this one. This is called Deduction. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's during the scenes where everybody's kind of trying to figure out what's going on and they're going over kind of the facts and everything, throwing out some theories. And I think that's what made me really fall in love with Persona 4, was just the kind of mystery aspect, the Scooby-Doo gang, you know? But this song is so freaking cool. Cool time signature as well, maybe like 7/8 or something, I can't really tell. Just the piano on its own and the bass is super interesting. I like that sound though the best. That's what really gives it that cool kind of jazz, like film noir sort of feeling. Okay, we have to listen to the battle theme that everyone knows and loves. Reach out to the truth. I always thought this sounded so like happy for a battle theme at the beginning, but then once it gets into it, you realize it's definitely a battle theme. I didn't really realize how much rap there was in this OST until really listening to it now. Actually, cool chords. I never heard this fully. I like the chorus, the chord progression there. It's very anime opening, you know? Okay, maybe like a little bit of an underrated banger, this one. This is the results song. So this pops up after the battle. I always loved this song. It's just so hype. Easily could throw some vocals over this one too. But it's like perfectly simple but also funky enough to not really be like not memorable. Like it's one of the most memorable parts to me somehow. One we absolutely must check out, even though it's not my favorite, I guess, but sorry, my cat's threatening me. You can't listen to Persona 4 without the Junes theme. It's so silly, but you know, they really captured that feeling of like a kind of cheesy, I don't know, marketplace where they're just trying to make everything seem so great and fun and happy, and you can get everything in one place. I wish we had a Juness. But you know, it's kind of the meme of like when you grow up in a small town. I can absolutely relate. I grew up in a town similar to Inaba. And you know, the meme is that you go to Walmart to hang out. That's the place where you go for entertainment because there's nowhere else to go. So I'd much rather go to Juness than Walmart. But at least the people of Inaba seem to enjoy going there. Or Nanako does anyway. So the name of this one is TRAUMEREI. I'm not even going to try to say it, but it's kind of like the sort of sad ballady song that you hear a lot throughout the story. And it's just a piano piece, but there might be like a pad or something underneath. Pretty right there, pretty chord. Okay, and the percussion comes in. And I always like when these sorts of songs are included in OSTs where it's just like a really simple piano piece, because usually that's a lot more impactful than having this like over the top sort of emotional song. Like just a piano can do so much, you know, in terms of conveying emotion, especially when it comes to kind of more negative, sad emotions. And as much as I love how the piano sounds in this one, it still sounds the best in that very first song, Pursuing My True Self. Speaking of emotions, let's listen to Heaven. I actually already had reacted to this or listened to this on camera in my favorite video game music video. It's just like absolutely one of the best, man. Out of context, it is, you know, emotional, I guess you could say, but with the story, it's just another level, a lot of levels more emotional. But still, they keep that really funky kind of chord progression. Still has that Persona style. I especially love the string part that was in the intro. I believe it comes back again here after the chorus. And just how they work against each other, those two kind of melodies. Absolutely perfect. It is heavenly, even though it pulls at my heartstrings a little bit. I absolutely love that tune. Next, I want to listen to what might be my favorite boss music of all time. I know it's saying a lot, but when you fight, okay, obviously I'm gonna have spoilers. I don't know if that's a given, but yeah, I'm going to spoil things in this next part. And you're fighting Ameno Siguri. I was like shook when I heard the boss music because obviously I was expecting something epic, and one of my favorite things to do when I'm like going through a game, you know, and you're getting to different bosses, a lot of times the boss music, obviously if it's a really important boss or a really big enemy or something, the music's gonna change and you're gonna get like that special song that you only hear when you fight that enemy. I knew it was gonna be something really epic for Ameno Siguri. I didn't expect it to be so like how it sounds, and it's really hard to explain. It's like I had to just like stop for a second and listen to it. Yeah, it really stopped me in my track. So let's listen to that. This track is called The Almighty, which is pretty fitting. So this intro part is sweet, but I think it gets even cooler as it goes on. You're at a pretty like, you know, medium to slow tempo, which is kind of interesting. And like the guitar is obviously kind of like that epic feeling, but the chords underneath are kind of chill. Like that's what really threw me off when I heard it for the first time. And honestly, dare I say it's a little bit heavenly. Like I associate it with such a positive feeling, even though you're, you know, fighting this boss and you're not for what he's for. But man, he had good taste in music if this is this is the music that plays when you fight him. Awesome percussion that's keeping it real hype. That chord, man. It's like weirdly emotional and just so ethereal. That was the part where I was really just like, what am I doing here? Should I actually kill this giant eyeball? Because it really feels like he's God right now with this soundtrack behind him. It's gotta be up there. It's gotta be at least one of my favorite boss themes of all time, if not my favorite. I've actually never heard this last song on the OST that's on this Persona 4 OST. It's called Electronica of the Soul. You know, Hymn of the Soul is the kind of Persona theme, so to speak, that is constant. At least I believe it started in P3 and then it's been in P4 and P5. It's an amazing tune. Absolutely incredible for the Velvet Room. Electronica of the Soul. I have not heard, so I want to check this out. This kind of sounds like something that came out in like 2015, you know? And I believe this was released in like 2008 originally, this soundtrack. It's just like so ahead of its time. As was Persona 3's. Oh yeah, it is kind of like a remix of it. So it's just like if the Velvet Room had a dance party, they'd play this. I truly don't know if I have a favorite on this OST. It's really hard to pick because they're all so good. Maybe I will have another video where I kind of delve a little deeper into it. They all just have such strong feelings associated with them because it's such a story-driven game. Please don't mind that it's now daytime and I'm filming at a completely different day. The other night was just a mess. I was trying to film this video and I'm still gonna put it out, but it's a little messier than I wanted it to be, and my cat was just not having it. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit rushed, but like I said, I was just in the mood for some P4, some Persona. I gotta take a look at Persona 3 again because that's the one that I never fully played and I only know bits and pieces from it, so I'd love to react to that full soundtrack since it's completely blind, a lot of it for me. And I also did want to mention to you guys that because I got some positive comments about my Patreon and starting one, I started one. I will leave a link down below if you want to check it out. So if that's something you think you'd enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you check it out. I'm gonna have some extra videos on there every month, and then also, you know, just the stuff that YouTube copyrights and threatens to strike me for, I will put over there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me last night and today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! This kitty's a lot more chill than the other kitty. He just chills on the bed with Bulbasaur.